Hello everybody, this is Yilo here, and today I will be doing a playthrough on a game that I love a lot. It's a Flash game called Abobo's Big Adventure. This has been a game that was 10 years in the making, and it's very much an ode to the 8-bit era of gaming and also pop culture of that time, of the late 80s and early 90s, and that was the time when I was around 10 years old, pre-teens. So I grew up with these games, and yeah, so I love this game a whole lot. First of all, I do have to apologize for the small screen. When I recorded this game, it was on full screen with my computer, but when I saved the video, I guess it saved it in this tiny screen, so I apologize about that. And bits and pieces of this game will lag a little bit, and what I do to fix that is I immediately stop recording and I press the record button again, so you'll see little jumps when there's lag. So we're about to start the game. Almost finishing the first cutscene. This is me playing through the whole game in one sitting without dying once. So let's do this. Alright, what better stage to start off with than a double dragon stage? I like to dance around and just have fun with all the enemies. I kinda messed up there. I accidentally pressed double tap on the forward button, and you press attack. If you don't have any rage meter built, he goes no rage, even though the bubble's full of rage. It's really quite cute. You immediately start seeing non-double dragon enemies here. You saw me kick a Goomba, and that's Ricky Sticks. He's from a beat 'em up called Renegade. That is just a kid that I bit his head off. Here you want to kick the enemies. It's easier to build up a combo. When you build up a combo like that, you go into rage mode. And you see me mess up right there. And every time you get hit, you lose a little bit of rage. So I want to get that rage back up as quickly as possible. This fight's kind of a pain. What's that guy's name? Here, his name's gonna pop up when I hit him. That little red ninja guy. Oh, what is his name? I forgot. Oh, and anyways, I forgot his name. I managed to get my rage and use it right before the barrel hits me. So that was pretty epic. Kid Nicky, that was his name. Yeah, he's a pain. He likes to use hit and run tactics. So I got hurt pretty bad right there, right Donkey Kong's barrel, all because I messed up at that one part. So I gotta be careful. That guy who just picked up the barrel, he's Bubba Hanks, I believe. He's the only guy who picks up the barrel, so the other two guys won't pick up the barrel. Just to let you know. He's also, I believe, stronger than the other two, because I thought he was dead right there. Nope. He's still alive, and he's beat me up pretty good there. But I taught him a lesson. You don't mess with a Bobo. Those two guys, the Spy vs. Spy guys, and Alex from River City Ransom. I used to play the Spy vs. Spy game a lot as a kid. I loved it. So, that was cool that he put that in there. Of course, River City Ransom is a great beat 'em up. And well, you know, we have a barrel that comes to life, and how ironic. You throw a barrel at a barrel. If you stay far away, he shoots fireballs at you, but I didn't give him a chance to show that off. So, these two guys are from the game Kung Fu. They're bosses. And I use that little girl's body to totally knock them both out. That's a glitch in the first Double Dragon game, and that's a tribute to that game. And here we appear at this private party. I'll let you use your imagination on what's really happening up here. Moving on. That was awkward. The Goomba is the only thing standing in my way between me and the boss. And the first boss here is actually the final boss to the Double Dragon games. You can knock him down like that. It's quite a pain to knock him down there if you miss that first opportunity. So I actually restarted a couple times when I missed that first opportunity, but after I got it down, the rest of this playthrough was actually done on my first attempt. You see Shooter Gavin is sort of owning me right here. And I just discovered that you could just, as he's walking up to you, you use a little bit of rage and you shoulder bash him. And it's actually kind of effective. And so, I think I'll shoulder bash him one last time, and I missed my opportunity, and he proceeds to own me. Or did he? And then we quickly and awkwardly get in position just so that could happen. That was epic. You see my life quickly refilling. When I first saw this cutscene, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, oh, why is he eating that? Is that a can of spinach like Popeye? I don't know what this has a tribute to. And I don't really care. It's giving him diarrhea. So he's gotta go take a dump. And apparently that lever flushes the toilet. It's a very odd cutscene. But I don't really care either. So level 2, the Super Mario stage. Everybody loves the water level, and you know what? Abobo gets Yoshi's tongue. For some strange reason. You don't care. I don't care. You'll see the fish sprites from both Mario 1 and 3, which is kind of cool. And the first mini-boss is a little mini-boss from Bubble Man stage. From Mega Man 2. It's called Mecha Fish. You eat his robotic shrimp and hit his little weak point, and thus killing him. The door from Mario 2. And that is Annie the Mermaid from the game Goonies 2 for the NES. I've never played it, I just know the reference because of other LPers. And you know what? Abobo was on a boat. Don't you love that song, I'm on a boat? You know what happens to the mermaid, right? Yeah. So by mating with the mermaid, or having sex with her, yeah, you get 3 little mer boys who protect you. And what you just saw there was a little secret, is the achievement's called Thriller. Referring to Michael Jackson's Thriller, I guess. But anyways, those 3 little merm kids will protect your life as you get hurt, and you don't lose rage as you get hit like that. Love the tribute to the Ninja Turtle game for the NES. I think I'm the only person I know in real life who has actually beaten that game. It is possible to get through that one part without getting hit in a Bubbles Big Adventure, but it's really difficult. As you see, I used my rage attack to defeat Bubble Man. He's kind of annoying. I killed a fish with a bubble. He was a weakling indeed. And that is Karnoff from the NES game. I've never played it, but I've seen people talk about him and all that fun stuff. Abobo is so much stronger than a Russian warrior, because he's a Bobo. So, I'm about to approach the boss here. And this boss is none other than Jaws from the game Jaws. Not a very good game, but I still played it, enjoyed it as a kid. I totally wasn't expecting myself to miss there. So... oh, take that. So now we fight the real second boss. It's called Big Daddy. Love the reference to the Tetris blocks right there. Not really much to say about this battle. I kind of screwed up a couple times in this battle, but nothing too painful. This boss isn't very hard. And so we see a very non-gory death. That wasn't gory enough. Yeah. That was a very nice effect. I liked it a lot. And so we move on to not episode 3, level 3. And now we're in the game Urban Champ. This level is impossible to lose, because when he hits you, it just makes a little dingy noise. You can get another achievement by waiting around for a few minutes, waiting for the cop car to go by, but that achievement's incredibly boring to get, and you would be bored watching it, so I don't wait around for the police officer to drive by in this playthrough. And look, there's the guy I just beat up, Alex from River City Ransom. He's probably eating his sushi, trying to get stronger to get revenge on me. If you wait around, it will give you the combination needed for friendship. But I'm not going to do friendship. Abobo's mad, and he's going to kill everybody who opposes him. Confetti? Abobo didn't ask for confetti. Oh, take that. And
flawless victory.
Alex from River City Ransom's like, I'm not gonna mess with you ever again. And I jumped down the manhole. And guess what? We're approaching a Zelda level. I've never played a Zelda game before, ever. That would be a lie. I messed up there because where I normally have my sword button on my keyboard, it's placed in a different location in this game. So I just ran into the Choco Kiss. I loved how they named them Choco Kisses. But anyways, being really into Zelda Classic myself and a Zelda nerd, this reincarnation of Zelda does not control like Zelda. And a lot of the tricks that work in Zelda Classic don't work here. And a lot of the names of the enemies and the way their properties, they don't work quite in the same way. As you notice, the Octorocks on the left, they shot their rocks, but they didn't stop before they shot their rocks. Just getting all technical. Just like the skeletons, they're skeletons, not Staphoses, and how they die in 3 shots instead of 2 shots. Well, they're skeletons and they're not Staphoses. That's why they're different. Those are mermen and not Zoras. So because they're mermen, they don't heal when they get in the water. So there. You notice that trap? It stopped early to try and get me. So traps work a little bit differently in this game. Just killed some enemies from Metroid. Got the ladder. And I'm about to go to the different part of this dungeon. Oh! I didn't mention. The map is a familiar shape. Indeed. Actually, from what I understand, this was supposed to be a map in an actual Zelda game, and it was supposed to be a shape of an actual arrow, but they kind of accidentally made another shape. Yeah, we'll stop talking about that now. Well, this is the first point where I noticed the game lagging a little bit, so I quickly reset my recording. So you notice a little jump in music right there. And here we're gonna fight Dig Dug. He's real easy. If you don't have your sword beam, don't worry. Don't stand horizontally from him. Fight him vertically, and you'll get him. And he won't pump you full of air. You notice a crack in the wall down there? Leads to a secret. If you don't have rage, you can just go up and hit it with your sword and it'll destroy it. There's a little secret right here. Oh, Toad. I found where Princess Peach was at, and it would devastate you, so I put you out of your misery. So, one thing you may notice, and it's pretty obvious, is if you defeat all the enemies in a room, they stay dead. And I was kind of surprised that that merman was still alive, because I thought he was dead and he came back. But anyways, normally when you defeat all the enemies in a room, they stay dead. But if you only destroy like 1 or 2 enemies, you don't destroy all the enemies in the room, when you leave the room and come back, all of them will come back. And that is another different mechanic from Zelda. Whereas in a normal Zelda game, let's say there's 5 enemies in a room, you kill just 2 of them, you leave the room and come back, there'll only be 3 enemies left. You kill the 2 enemies out of 5 in this game, you leave the room, all 5 enemies will come back to life. And you're gonna see me kill this guy. Haven't you always wanted to do that? Anyways, you're gonna see me killing only 3 to 4 enemies in this room. See me walk out of the door and walk back in to bring the enemies back to life to build up my rage meter. It's a very cheap way of doing that, and I wanted to show that off here. As long as you don't get hit, you won't lose your rage meter, and you could possibly have the enemies drop hearts for you. So you're gonna see me do that. My rage is building up pretty quickly now. And earlier you saw me destroy the Babam with my sword and not get hurt myself, and that's because I was hiding behind the pillar to hurt the Babam. So if you wanted to get that achievement, idiot, and not have to hurt yourself, just stand below a pillar and attack the Babam through the pillar. That's a common trick that you can use in Zelda games to get enemies while still being safe. I like how these Tic-Tacs don't jump around like crazy in this version, because they're pretty annoying in Zelda. And you always gotta have a room with one of those rooms where you just put a bunch of traps and you just run through it like you're from Indiana Jones or something. You might be wondering, why haven't I used my rage yet? Well, you're gonna see me use my rage at a mini-boss a little bit later on. Yeah, I spoiled it, I know. So, just deal with it. So, until then, you get to enjoy seeing Abobo flashing and blinking. Well, flashing and smoking. Remember, kids, smoking's bad for you. Abobo's not going to hell. You can't send Abobo to hell. He put pea hats in this game. That's those little flying guys that like to stop. One of my most hated enemies in Zelda Classic, not because they're particularly dangerous, but because they're really annoying to kill. Luckily, these guys stop a lot more frequently. It is possible to enter the room being slightly off center, and you'll get hit by those bullets. So be center. You'll see the manhandler here, and you notice his mechanics works a little bit differently from Zelda. Each little part in the corner in Zelda will shoot a bullet, whereas in this game just the center shoots, and he doesn't move nearly as fast in this game as he does in Zelda games. So you didn't really get to see it in this one, but when you get the beef, it automatically fills your life all the way, and you pretty much say the beef is the level 2 sword. So yeah. Not that a lot of these guys don't already die in one hit, but now they really die in one hit. Actually, I take that back. The beef is probably more like a level 3 sword in this game in comparison to the regular Zelda games. Just technicality. So anyways, here I go. I'm saving up my rage again. Instead of using it, so you're just gonna have to put up with Abobo flashing and smoking like that. He almost telefragged me there. But he didn't. Ah, the Aquamentus. If you use rage, it will take him down to his final hit point here. I wanted to just kill him the normal way, just to show you how differently he works from the Zelda classic game. He shoots very differently, and he's a lot stronger. And as you notice in this game, you can also shoot from the doorway, whereas depending on the rule set made by in the Zelda classic game or normal Zelda game, you can't shoot while still hiding in the door. You can go back and forth in this room and the room above and not kill all the enemies to build up your rage. This room above has absolutely no purpose other than to farm for rage and for life. And it has a neat little skeleton design to it. So anyways, you do want to have full rage when you get in this room down here. As you see, the flurries are from Mario 2. They work like... I forgot what those enemies are called. They work like those enemies... I forget what they're called. They're the giant eyeball got things that you have to play your ocarina to break into little pieces. They kind of work like that, but they move. Their movements are faithful to their game in Mario 2. They kind of slide around the floor. Anyways, what better boss than to have the old man from the original Zelda be the boss? And as you see, you have to destroy the 4 pillars before you could hurt him. For some reason, I thought I destroyed that 4th pillar, and I was paying more attention to dodging than to the actual old man, so I hit him quite a few times before I realized, oh, I didn't destroy that pillar. So now I'm actually hurting him for reals. And the cool thing with this boss is he's using the items you get from Zelda to attack Abobo with. And, yeah. This first form's pretty cool. I like it a whole lot. If you get hit by that, you turn into a snail for 10 seconds and move really, really slow. So yeah. There is a trick on how to deal with the candle attack. You stand right there and you notice it goes above Abobo, but don't kill him when he's sideways. Don't kill him when you're right next to him. Get below him, otherwise his little minions will, images or phantoms or whatever, will spawn on you and hurt you some. Anyways, he's not over with yet. He drinks a magic potion and becomes old giant, and I don't like this boss. He's not hard, he's just really annoying, and you'll see why in a second. He just does nothing but that stupid attack, and it's easy to avoid, and he's invulnerable when he's doing it, so you can't just hurt him while he's charging up his stomp. So Yeah. I feel this battle is very, very boring. The first form was great, the second form is monotonous. The second form can be a little bit intimidating at first because he's so large in size, and you would suspect that by having your sprite touch his sprite would damage you, but that's not the case. The only thing that hurts you are his attacks. His sprite does not hurt you at all. So, stop attacking. You're not gonna be Abobo, you old geezer. So, I was hoping that this attack would finish him, but I had to hit him one last time, which thankfully he didn't do his boring attack. And, you see a cool little finishing sequence right there. And what do you know? We saved Zelda. Well, we achieved a piece of the Triforce, but that's not the goal of this quest. So, Abobo takes a little break and gets a snack. Mmm, delicious. You don't tell me my snack wasn't delicious, girl. I'll teach you a lesson. Bam! My face! The Triforce obviously gave Abobo a little power, but by then Abobo had already digested the Triforce, so he no longer has that power. And we're about to finish this game as that old man was the final boss, and we're gonna save Abobo. This was a fun little game. I'm glad you were here to watch it. And this is Yilo, and this will end my playthrough. Wait, this isn't the end of the game? Oh, you totally didn't see that coming. Oh no! I'm so shocked and devastated. So Abobo gets really pissed off, and instead of thinking with rage, Abobo actually thinks rationally for a second. He goes, I have to follow this guy instead of beat everything up for once. So he's pumping up balloons. So for those of you who grew up in the 8-bit era, you should know what type of game we're getting into next. A very famous game that I actually never played. But it's Balloon Fight. So let's do this. This is actually one of the harder levels in the game. There's an achievement in this game called Balloon Jedi, and that's when you do this whole level without getting hit once. And I wasn't planning on doing this level without getting hit this time, but I'm gonna spoil it. I actually do manage on my first attempt to get through this level without getting hit once. And I've done it before, so you're not gonna see any achievements pop up. But for me, getting Balloon Jedi was the hardest achievement to get in the game. And the way I do it is whenever Amazon appears in the left side, I try to get him to get away from me as soon as possible by hitting him. You don't have to land on him. You could actually hit him anyway, run into him by the side, or hitting him with your head by going up from under him, and that will get him to get away from you as well. What makes this level hard to do, while all the enemies and stuff do appear at the same intervals, the lightning clouds, so lightning shoots at a random direction, and the lightning automatically kills you in one hit. Also, the Amazon, while he does appear at certain intervals, he doesn't actually appear at the exact same time every time, and he doesn't fire his spread shot at the exact same moment either, so there's a little bit of unpredictability in this level. So you can't just have this level completely memorized and staged. There's a little improvision in this level. But the best way to get Balloon Jedi is to save your rage. And save it until right when you're about to get hit, like I was about to there, and use your rage. And you notice your rage attack is Death Blossom. That is an actual attack that is used in a film. I think it's called The Last Starfighter. You just type in The Last Starfighter Death Blossom, and you'll see a guy in a spaceship do that exact same move to destroy a bunch of ships that are surrounding him. It's a really cool looking move. But anyways, because I don't have any rage here, this part can be kind of hard to do without getting hit. Oh yeah, and excuse me for not pointing out any references. A lot of references here, except for the Excite Bike, and earlier I encountered Lakitu from Mario and the Blob from A Boy and His Blob, but other than that I don't know much of the references. At least the flying objects that are flying this level. I assume they're from shmups, aka shoot 'em ups from the Nintendo era of gaming. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, one trick to fighting those balloon fight guys, you don't want to be at the top of the screen when they appear, because they can actually go above the screen and hurt you. So you want to stay around the middle of the screen and wait until they get about that level, then get above them, then float above them. Don't start hanging out from the top level or they'll get above you and hurt you. So yeah. I do know this guy. He's the Reaper from the game Kid Icarus. I killed him pretty quickly, but if you actually let him make his annoying sounds, he sends little Reapers that go after you. And you remember the blob, how it turned into a rocket to try and hurt me? They follow you around like that, and they just stay around a little bit longer than the blob did. So you'll see me kill Balloon Fighter. Well, I didn't kill him, but I sent him down to the water where he gets eaten by the fish. So the fish really killed him, not me. Abobo's not a murderer. He just wants his boy back. Oh look, we got Joust. I loved that game from on my Atari. I'm playing the Atari, not an NES. So yeah. Death, the hardest part of this level. I wait until the Joust guy shows up, then I use my rage to kill both the Joust, the stupid Cloud, and Death. Abobo can kill Death. Who knew? But if you don't have any rage and you want to just relax and have an easy time at that part, you can actually hang out behind Death and he can't hit you. Much like I'm hanging out behind Amazon there, you can hang out behind Death. So at this point, you're home free. And you get to move on to the next stage. So how about that? I love how Abobo is keeping himself afloat with his arms. His arms are just that strong. And my computer lags pretty bad here at a cutscene. So I just wait for it to go by, and then I stop recording. I start recording immediately. So for anybody who knows, I think the Amazon. I played. I used to watch WWF a lot as a kid, and I even played the NES game some, but not too much. So I don't have a great big memory of that. But I think Amazon was a character. The fishman, his name is Amazon, was a character in that game. And don't we all get a laugh out of that? Seeing that dog get what he deserved. You know, as a kid, that I never thought that dog was laughing at me for some strange reason. I thought he was shivering and that he was cold. This fight, I never quite understand the mechanics of how it works. Every time I knock Amazon down to the ground, it's like a 50-50 chance that either I pick him up or that he picks me up. So it's kind of weird. So I fight him a different way. You'll see how I fight him in a moment. I like to wait up here. I hate how long it takes for him to get to you. It's really annoying. But I like to run and I like to punch him. And when he's on the ground, I like to run into him and run into him with my shoulder bash move. You'll see me do it in a moment. He's trying to outsmart me, but you'll see how I outsmart him that time. Ha ha! You see me failing so much in this battle, but now I got a rhythm going, and it's consistent. So that's all you really have to do in this battle, is do that until you build your rage meter. What I did it a little bit too soon, but after you hit him enough, Amazon will stay on the ground for a lot longer. And then you could just climb up on the ropes and jump on him for the rest of the fight. But he didn't want to cooperate with me this time, so he just made the battle a bit more tedious for me. Not a big deal. I still eventually get the job done. Oh, that's right. And Abobo wants you to stay on the ground. Oh, that feels so satisfying doing that. If you notice, he's staying on the ground quite a bit longer now. And I don't know how I messed up doing how I got in that riding motion, but I messed up. So, I build up my rage meter, and when you use your rage, you automatically win the battle. And this is by far the most flashy ending sequence in this whole game. Anyways, you'll see these four guys. The Ultimate Warrior doing his signature move right here. Gotta love it. All four of these guys do their signature moves that we all grew up and love. So let's sit down and watch them just beat the crap out of Amazon, because he deserves it. And Abobo, not being outdone by anybody, has gotta do something completely outrageous. I love this sequence, this video sequence, jumping out of Earth's atmosphere and falling back into the atmosphere, burning up. Oh, it's great. So, Abobo just killed everybody in the stadium. It's beautiful. Actually, I think the damage would do far more than just destroy the building. And that's not what killed Amazon, it was the spikes that killed them. Mega Man. I love Mega Man. Mega Man is actually one of my absolute favorite video game franchises of all time. And what better level than Quickman's level? Quickman is actually my favorite Mega Man boss of all time. So, yeah. I loved how they did that. So I just killed Gizmo Duck, another childhood favorite from childhood favorite cart from a childhood favorite cart. He's from another one of my favorite cartoons as a child, DuckTales. Stumbled in my words there. And I just killed one of Bub. It's from one of my favorite video games of all time, Bubble Bobble. I love that game. And here you see me just go into fail mode for a little bit. But it doesn't matter, as I eventually get the job done. That penguin from Mega Man 3 shoots out the viruses from Dr. Mario. Love it. So I had to I felt a little rage, and I had to kill a Bub with that laser. Love how over the top it was. Well, actually, when I first played Quickman's level, I was just running and running forever until I finally decided to jump. Anyways, since I'm a Mega Man 2 veteran, this part was not difficult at all. In fact, these lasers come out quite a bit slower than the actual Mega Man 2 game, so yeah. See me fail to jump over the bullet from the Sophia. Love Blaster Master, a great game. But sadly, Jason just had to go. You actually get an achievement if you destroy Sophia and let Jason live. But it can be quite difficult as Jason follows you around everywhere. And you still have to get through these guys. So, now we're approaching the boss. Can you guess what the boss is? Is it Quickman? Oh no, not entirely. It's Mega Bobo. Or Abobo. Robo Bobo, thank you. I love how he throws Dr. Wily at you. Such a... He really deserved that. Because Dr. Wily just deserved that. Now if he had destroyed Wily before he built Zero, Mega Man X would have never happened. Anyways, I got hit quite a few times, and I thought I dodged him a few of those times, and I think Abobo's hitboxes are pretty large, and I moved pretty slow in this battle. The second part's not very hard. Mecha Bobo does a lot of damage. You'll see me fail right there, and I was afraid that if I got hit one more time I would die, so I'm being a little bit more cautious right here. Because, you know, when you get this far without dying in a video game, and you want to get through the whole game without dying, you do tend to play a little bit more cautiously. So, I'm glad that did a lot of damage to him, because I really didn't want to sit through this battle much longer. And I love how Mecha Bobo's head has to reattach to his body just so it can explode like that. Ah, video game logic. It's great. You see a telegram, and tells you to go in the jungle pretty much. There's a little Johnny 5 is alive. Unfortunately, I don't know the reference to that, so you could shun me if you want. But if you know the reference to Johnny 5, if that even means anything, you could tell me. So you can see this really cool cutscene. Unfortunately, those little black bars covering part of Abobo, and I don't know why that's there. So I apologize for that. But anyways, now that that's over, we get to go into Contraland. I love the Contra games. Played them all the time as a kid. I owned the first Contra for 8-bit Nintendo. And first I needed the Konami code to beat the game. I'm sure a lot of people did. And as I got older, I got good enough to where I could do it without the Konami code. Now, since I am as good at games as I am now, and I've played Contra so many times, I could do the whole game without dying. And it's become a super easy game for me now. There are much harder Contra games now. If you're wondering what the heck is going on, I discovered by accident that if you press G on the keyboard, you just get a bunch of free machine guns like that. So I wanted to show that off. I thought it was funny. Those zombies are from Ghosts and Ghouls or Ghosts and Goblins, or I always forget what order or what they're called, what the game's officially called, but they follow you around in this game. So, and they'll jump off the platform to get to you, so make sure you kill them. And of course that's the polar bear from Ice Climbers. I saved up my rage just so I can kill him. So I can kill all the different kinds of enemies and not let anybody get away. So Abobo's mad. I'd be mad too if I had a kid and someone took away my son. So, if you notice, I am playing this level quite cautiously. Again, I want to do this whole game without dying, and you make it this far, you play cautiously. This is the best way of fighting RoboCop. You lean in and you shoot him, and his bullets go right over you. And the game just had to lag right there. So I quickly go into rage mode and reset my recording to get rid of lag. I don't know why my computer lags occasionally like that. It's probably doing a little background program in the background. I do know when you're recording videos with fraps, it takes up a lot of the I don't know if it's CPU or RAM. Unfortunately, I'm not very good in terms of sounding smart, but in terms of computer smart, I can't talk computer, but I know it takes a lot out of your computer when you're recording a video. But enough about that. You just see me mowing down Krang. And we get a twist. I love how they replaced the first boss of Contra with this guy. This guy's quite easy. He does the same 3 moves in the exact same order over and over and over again. So if you just know where to stand, it's pretty easy. If you're playing for the first time and don't know where to stand, I can see how he can kill you a few times. Plus having the spread shot just makes this guy a pushover. The spread shot is really the only weapon necessary to have in Contra, at least the first Contra game. It wasn't until the games after Contra where there were actual weapons that were actually as competent as the spread could be argued. But anyways, you saw me mowing through Kirby Krang. You also notice in this playthrough, I do not get the fire weapon. It actually works pretty well in this game as the fire. It sucked in original Zelda game, but it's quite good in this game. Because the fire moves really slow and you can shoot a bunch at once. And you don't seem to get the laser. It's not the laser gun in this game, it's actually lemmings. And you shoot lemmings at people. It's really cool. I wanted to show that you could not get killed by that naked sprite. River City Ransom guy was just taking a shower, but you know, his presence offended me. And you know, Abobo doesn't forgive easily when you tried to beat him up in level 1. So you gotta be careful of those turret guys and the sharpshooters, because their little bullets can be hard to see, and if you don't take them out quickly, it's easy to get hit by those bullets and lose a life. I don't know what game that guy is up there is from, or actually a lot of the guys from this level, I don't know what game they're from, so I can't tell you the reference. Those little flames right there, you can actually shoot and kill them. It takes like 5 minutes and it's super boring, but you get an achievement called Fire Bad if you do it. So, that's enough about that. I just like to just fire my gun for no reason. Just makes me feel secure. It's my security blanket. But also, as you're going up, shooting up like that, well, make sure all the enemies above you are actually dead, so that they don't do sneaky things and kill you. Because you don't want a sneaky death. Not at all. And next, the best ninja in video games ever, Ryu Hayabusa, or Ryu Hayabusa, however you're supposed to say it. You stand on the platform under him so that he doesn't own you. He's pretty mean if you're trying to stand on a platform to the right. I don't know what game that little spaceship is from up above, but I'm guessing he's from a shmup. Yeah. And I know that Paradropper, some ice climbers, dropping, shoot, I forgot the name of the ice climbers just now. Nina and Popo, I think? Oh my gosh. That guy in the background is actually one of my favorite bosses in the original Contra game. And I thought, I was a little disappointed when I saw it. I was like, wait, we're just fighting him, and then Kirby sucks him up. And I was like, yeah, that's more like it. This guy's pretty easy. You just gotta make sure you don't stand in the middle like that, otherwise he will suck you up and chomp you and kill you. Nothing more to say. I like the tribute to the rock power-up from Kirby Superstar. He also transforms into other objects in this game, but like a Mario statue, but you don't get to see that in this game. It is possible to defeat Kirby before he goes into his ice form, but you have to be really aggressive, and I was being cautious because I didn't want to die. So here you can see Kirby barf up many video game references. I'll leave it up to you to pause the video and point out all the references he just vomited. So oh, that's disgusting. So for once, Abobo doesn't put rage as his priority. Abobo is a complex human being, sometimes being full of rage, but other times thinking with the clearest of logic that can rival even the Vulcans. But anyways, yep. Abobo gets really pissed off knowing that little mech kidnap the son, but agrees to get trained by the doc. I just love this. I always loved this song from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and I think it's hilarious how Abobo just carries Doc on his bike like that. Abobo's so crazy. That's right. I love how this is the final battle. This is actually quite hard when you first do this battle, but as soon as you understand the mechanics of how this battle works, it becomes really easy. The funniest part about this is normally when you're playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, you're playing as Little Mac and you're facing against a big guy, but now you're the big guy facing against Little Mac. It's just hilarious. And my keyboard didn't respond very good there. I don't know why I didn't punch right away, but it's all good. I still teach Little Mac a lesson. I didn't use my rage right there because I'm saving it for when he gets down. You have to knock him out 3 times in a row in the same round to defeat him. And each time you use a rage attack, you use an attack from... I just lagged again. Oh, I didn't punch him right away. Each time you use a rage attack, you do a signature move from one of Little Mac's opponents from the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And some of them suck, some of them are mediocre, and some of them are one-hit KOs. So using a rage attack is all luck. I love how they had Little Mac power up into Big Mac. It's a really nice effect, but actually I think Big Mac is quite a bit easier than Little Mac because he always does the same attacks over and over again, and they're easier to dodge. So anyways, I got one of those one-hit KO rage attacks there, and this actually finishes the game right here. Get one of the best references of all time. It's So Bad from The Wizard. Love that movie, even though it's a bad movie. But anyways, this concludes my playthrough of Abobo's Big Adventure, and thank you so much for watching it, and hope you enjoyed my commentary. I just sat there and commented as I went through, so things may not go, my commenting may not have gone so smoothly, but this is all done on the first take, no scripting or whatever, so this is Yellow, and enjoy the ending of this game, and you have a great day. See you next time. Bye-bye.